Welcome to Live, Laugh and Learn with Mary podcast. Come on in, the one podcast where we live, inspire, forgive and empower. Real stories, real growth, real light to share. Real stories, real growth, real light to share.
Welcome to another episode on Live, Laugh, and Learn with yours truly. I am super excited because I have my daughter here with me today. Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. There you go, being sarcastic again.
Being sarcastic.
All right, so today we are talking about something that's serious because we know that we are doing a teen series, and I want to really talk about certain things that I know teen face because, of course, you know, I've been a teen before. So this episode, we are talking about growing up. Are you ready for this topic?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so as you know, you are at an age where, yes, you are a teenager. You're not 13. You're way older than that. You're 16. And let me just say, I'm not ready for it, okay? But you're ready for it, huh?
Yeah.
And I can say that there are so many different things that I had to prepare myself for and still trying to prepare myself for it because, like, in a couple of years, I'm going to be an empty nester. Can I come to college with you?
No.
Listen, parents, these are some things you have to go through. So we want to just dive right into it. So when we talk about growing up as a teen,
Nobody prepared me for growing up. What was the hardest part about becoming a teenager?
well, for me, I would say growing up as a teenager, my mom, because she was a single parent after the passing of my dad, I would say that, of course, we had my older sister, but no one kind of say, hey, Mary, this is what you're going to go through. You need to prepare and do X, Y, Z. No, it's kind of like we had to experience it while it was happening and figure things out and learn from, you know, people around us and what other teens are doing. So the hardest part about becoming a teen is not knowing how to do certain things as far as the adulting part. But you learn from those around you, may not necessarily be family.
What do adults say you'll understand when you're older?
Oh my goodness. Understand when you're older. I think one of the things I can say as a mom that I would say to you is maybe about bills or about driving or about chores. You will understand it when you get older because you're not going to have nobody to do it for you. These are some things you're going to have to do.
Is it okay to not have everything figured out?
Well, clearly you see that me becoming a teenager was not like clearly figured out. I had to learn while becoming a teen. And also, you're going to experience some trials, tribulation, mistakes, but you should learn from it and not try to repeat the same thing over again.
How do you know that you're growing up?
How do you know that you're growing up as an adult? And speaking to a teen, I would say you learn by maturity, where there are certain things that, like, your parents don't have to constantly tell you. It really registered to you. You just automatically do it. It's like autopilot, just like you can put a car on autopilot. So when we talk about being a teen, I know for women per se, as having a little daughter, why do emotion change so quickly? What do you think? Why do you think emotion change so quickly?
Because as a teenager girl, perhaps per se, a lot of things happen so fast, and it's just like we react so quickly.
Okay. Is crying a sign of weakness? Like, okay, so do a lot of stuff like bother you? It cause you to want to cry?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it does? So do you cry by yourself or like
By myself, because like probably like crying around like a people or a group of people, they'll be like, oh, she a crybaby.
okay. Would you say crying is a sign of weakness?
People may see it as weakness, but it does not necessarily a weakness.
Okay. All right. I like that. Crying is not a sign of weakness. I think sometimes some people keep things inside, and crying is a release for you to release that pressure that is on you. How do you handle anger without hurting people? As a teen, how would you say you handle anger without hurting people?
Going to sleep.
Going to sleep. So when something causes you to be angry at a person, let's just say you're on the phone with that person, what do you do?
Hang up.
Oh, wow. Okay. As a teenager.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would you say this is something you do necessarily, or you say, okay, around the friends you hang out with, that's probably what they do?
Probably my friends.
They do the same thing as you, probably?
Yeah.
Okay. When should you ask for help?
When you feel like you're going to harm somebody.
Okay. Absolutely. I say, do not lay hands on anyone. Leave the land of hands to Jesus. He lay hands to heal, not hurt. All right? All right. Now,
finding your identity. Who am I outside of school and social media?
who are you?
Would
you say that is a challenge for some teens?
I mean, some, because nowadays everybody just wants to be like one another.
They just want to fit in and be like one another.
Yeah.
And that's because it's popular, perhaps?
Yeah.
And everybody is doing it.
Yeah.
But does that make it right?
Nope.
Okay, so it's important for you to know who you are outside of school and social media. But how can you know who you are outside of that?
Reading the word and talking more with God will definitely help you learning about yourself.
So what are one of the things that you would say that you read in the Bible where you know, okay, this is who I am outside of school and social media? It's not defining me.
One of my favorite scriptures, which is Philippians 4:13, is you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. Basically saying, like, you don't have to rely on somebody or keep on, asking them or.
Okay.
Should I change myself to fit in? I would say no, because normally when you're trying to fit in to something, it's not how you see it. It's like always more to like, it's kind of like a wolf in sheep clothing. Like, you'll see how somebody else's life is, but when you actually get closer to them, it's terrible.
Oh, wow. That's a good perspective.
How do I become confident?
How do you become confident? As a teen, I would say to be more confident is to be able to walk alone and getting in touch with who God created you to be. You have to, I think, as parents, like, if they start off with incorporating Christ as a child, they will truly know their identity and being able to walk confident in their skin and their uniqueness. And I would say that would be that foundation and how they are able to walk confident in spite of, even though, you do these things, you're going to encounter people in this world. But you have to know that you are different, even if you don't necessarily fit in.
What if I don't know my purpose yet? It's a great question.
I think as a adult, some adults don't even know their purpose yet. And I think they are trying to figure and map things out. Even as a teenager, you may not necessarily know your purpose right offhand. Some people, like as a PK, you may. And that's why sometimes I say, let's get in contact with who God created you to be. Like, what are your gifts and talents? And that's why they have the gifts and talent test, where you can kind of know where your spiritual gifts are, and that will kind of align with, okay, I'm passionate in this area. Oh, okay, well, God wants to use me for this. Okay, now we know the pressure of growing up can be way too fast as a teenager. So why do teens feel so pressured to act older than they are? Now, before you start answering these questions, I'm going to say, when I was your age, well, let's just say Mary was acting too grown up. And I faced some consequences for acting older, or back then people was lying about their age just to do certain things. So why do teens face the pressure to act older today?
Because they want to fit in with everybody else has going on.
Okay. Is it okay to still enjoy being a kid? Now, when I ask you this, is it okay to enjoy being a kid? Like, God called us to be childlike, okay? And being childlike, you want to make friends, you want to play games, you want to do fun things, you don't want to laugh, joy, experience new things, explore, learn.
Yes, I think it's still okay being a kid.
Okay. Would you say there are certain limits to, okay, you're a teenager, but I still want to be a kid? So let's just say, okay, you're 16, but you want to act 8.
No, we need to grow up.
Okay. So it's kind of like you was in kindergarten, now you're a sophomore. You can't do the things you used to do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I hear you whispering, Junior. I know. I was just using it as a context, ma'am. Okay. All right. How can parents help instead of pushing a teen? Like, what are some signs someone is growing up too fast?
Like,
how do you know someone is growing up too fast? Like, okay, let's just say someone in your age group, and you look, okay, you go to school. How do you know if a person is growing up too fast? Would you say by the outward appearance, or would you say by their action?
probably both. Like, if you come to school looking like a hoochie, then it's like, what you doing out of school?
Now, I know, a while back you were saying that, some kids will come to school with one thing and then they would change into something else.
Yeah.
So that's growing up too fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can parents help teens not grow up too fast instead of pushing them?
Like, let them know it's okay, like, enjoying your youth. Like, you don't have to be like everybody else.
Okay, so encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now, when we talk about growing up as a teen, now we getting into the nitty gritty. Friendships. Now, me in high school, I would say, out of high school, when you graduate, friends are going to change. So even in middle school and high school, you're going to go through periods of, you're going to have a clique or someone or some group of friends that you're cool with. Is it okay to outgrow your friends? I would say yes, it's okay to outgrow your friends. And you have to be content with that and be okay with that. But why do some teens struggle with that? It's not necessarily trying to fit in, but why do teens struggle in that area?
Because they don't want to like see like their friends go, like somebody they've been friends with like for some years. They don't want to just like forget about them.
Yeah, because I can say, me growing up, I had like a best friend like in elementary school, and then voila, elementary school, come middle school, and then it's like you're no longer friends with that person. You have sleepovers and etc. Why? How do you know if a friendship is unhealthy?
Y'all arguing, y'all messing with the same boy, which is no. And just a lot of back and forth, and y'all like slick, like what is that? A bunch of backhanded compliments. Like
What's give me a backhanded compliment.
I guess like if somebody was like, oh yeah, your outfit cute, like you look cute, but I don't like your hair. Or something like that.
Okay, so
or they're trying to be shady while they giving you a compliment, basically.
Okay, tell the truth, shame the devil. All right now. All right, so setting goals before graduation. So you are going to be a
Junior.
So that means after that you got one more year. I'm not. No, we're not cheering. No. Okay, all right. So,
how do I know what I want to do? It's a great question, because when I was like younger, I always told everybody like I wanted to be a lawyer, and that's what I wanted to do at the moment. But then it's like I found what I really had a passion for. And also, you don't want to like pick something like a career or anything to do just because somebody else is doing it.
Okay, that's good.
Is college the only option? No, college is not the only option. There's like, what are those things called?
Trade school.
Yeah, or like different schools for like certain things. So you don't have to go to college.
No, you're absolutely right. Some people I for one, I went to trade school, health school for medical assistant, and I can say, hey, I'm not in that. I'm not actually using that certification at this moment for years, because it's like after I finished school, that's why you kind of got to research things before you get into it. Like, okay, as a teen, it's great that okay, what is the pay range for what I want to major in at this, at this age, or whatever age you want to go into college. Because if you're at a certain age, like for me, I was already in the workforce. So they wanted me to take a pay cut. And because of the school, we didn't have necessarily a lot of clinicals. So it was a huge pay cut, or we didn't have enough clinicals to make a certain amount of money.
What if my dreams change? Well, mine changed, and I was okay, but dreams, if you think of one dream, you're like 5, that's probably not going to be, the dream you have until you're like 35. So they'll probably change a whole lot, but it's okay.
How do I stay motivated? So how would I say a teen should stay motivated? First of all, you have to stay grounded by reading something that motivates you. And what motivates me is you can read the word of God and that motivates you. And I know sometimes teens shy away from, or if they're not even introduced to the word of God, find something like teen affirmations or teen books. Like I remember our co-pastor, and they were doing a mom and daughter book club, and it was like lies women believe and lies girls believe. So they had like a workbook, and there's also other different resources out there to help a teen stay motivated. Sometimes teens stay motivated with music, like you. So you have to know how your teens stay motivated, and also be able to present them different resources to help them along the way. That's going to keep them on the path that God wants them to be on. All right. All right. So we are wrapping up, and I pray that something we said was able to help you. Lastly, the part of growing up. There are many different life skills I would say every teen should know. And one is budgeting money. So, how are you learning this as you grow up?
Learning that, things cost much higher nowadays, so you just can't spend money left and right.
And I think one thing that really helped her was getting her own bank account, because Nan's like, she would ask Mom, how much money do I have in the bank? And I said, well, you have XYZ, and you have to keep a minimum of XYZ, so she know how things may be.
Time management.
Oh my goodness. This time management with you, girl. So how are you learning that?
Pretty good. It's not that hard, honestly. Sometimes I just want to, take my time.
Or sometimes you just want to be a sloth. So I think that is a work in progress. She's doing a little bit better, but we're working on that, because you have to let them know, okay, if you want a job, or if you want to drive by yourself, eventually you have to know you can't leave when you want to leave. Like with my son, he learned that, okay, to be on time is to be late, and to be early is to be on time. All right. What about job interviews? Oh my goodness. We could talk about job interviews. I think you've been on how many job interviews?
Too many.
And it is, with job interviews, of course, there are certain questions that they will ask her, and you kind of prepare your teen and let them know, okay, these are some questions that they may ask. But some of the questions that we let her know that they may ask, they didn't ask. So what are some questions that they ask?
They basically just want to really know your availability, but it kind of depends on the job. Some jobs they just ask for your availability just so they can hire you. Like jobs that are really focused on personality, they'll ask more personality based questions, like scenarios and stuff.
Okay. All right. What about communication? Do you have any problems with communication growing up, like articulating yourself or communicating with others?
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay. But I know some teens may not necessarily have the experience that you have, or have the personality you have, because God has given you a gift to the point where you can be outspoken, and some things you can say. And I'm like, let's channel what you say. Let's rephrase what you say to make sure that it is respectful. All right. Responsibility.
Care to elaborate on that?
Growing up, there are going to be some things that you are responsible for, like chores, for instance. Okay. And part of being a parent or an adult is to help you learn that you're going to have responsibility, like cleaning up your room, cleaning up the house, or go get your sibling from the bus stop, or XYZ. These are some things that you have to take on, because if you can't be responsible at home, how can you be responsible at a job? Like God gave me that not too long ago. Like, okay, you want a job, but can you get up on time? Or can you follow instructions when you're giving it the first time? Because think about it, a boss is not going to come behind you multiple times and say, hey, well, I need you to do this, that, and third. Did you do what I just asked you?
Exactly.
Self-care. How are you practicing self-care as a teen?
What do you mean, self-care?
What are you doing to care for yourself? To consider yourself first?
Not entertaining things that just don't need to be entertained.
Okay. And so that's your mentality. That's how you handle with your mentality.
Yep.
Okay. And how did you feed yourself?
The Bible.
Okay. And as far as, of course, grooming, your personal hygiene, like different things. I know with teens, they go through different hormonal change as well as puberty. And when they go through puberty, sometimes it can be like facial. Some teens break out in their face or what have you. So how are you maintaining the process of growing up when things like that happen?
You just gotta, let it be, cause it's all the course of life. So
All right. And lastly, what about setting boundaries? How important is setting boundaries as a teen?
it is very good because you don't want somebody to cross you or overstep, like do something that you don't like. So it's important that you will set them so they'll know what and what not to do.
All right. Well, you all heard it first from me and my daughter, as she is really she's been a pest at this moment. But we pray that something we said was able to help you engage with a teen or your child, even if they are not even in a teenage group at this moment. But these are conversational pieces that you are able to assist and also prepare, because you never know what's going to happen. We are in this world, but we're not of it. So do your part as you can. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to Live, Laugh, and Learn with Mary. Please subscribe to stay updated and share with someone you know could benefit from this podcast. For products and services, visit Motivational Mary.